In the savannah, every sunrise is a contract. To live another day, one must master the art of the pause. Here, caution is not cowardice, it is the currency of survival. Thirst is a powerful motivator, but the water's edge is a graveyard. A zebra's caution is a physical ritual, ears rotating, nostrils flared. They wait, because a single second of misplaced courage is a lethal debt. For the predator, courage is a calculation of energy. To charge a buffalo 10 times her size requires more than strength. It requires the audacity to fail. On the savannah, the bold may eat, but the reckless do not last. She measures every heartbeat against the distance to cover, every tendon against the horn that could tear it. Breath slows, shoulders sink into the grass. She studies the herd, marking limp, age, and distraction. Patience conserves power. Hesitation avoids injury. Wind shifts. She adjusts, circling for the quieter approach, the cleaner angle. When the odds tilt, precision replaces fury. A sudden burst, a decisive bite, then stillness returns to calculation. Feed, recover, and live to hunt again. In the unforgiving theatre of the savannah, survival is a constant negotiation between opposing forces. Sometimes, the delicate line between caution and courage, between a calculated retreat and a bold advance, blurs into something else entirely, a raw, unyielding defiance. This is not merely bravery, it is a declaration, a refusal to accept the predetermined roles of predator and prey. It's a psychological gambit played for the highest stakes, where the perception of power can become more potent than power itself. Here, a leopard, the embodiment of stealth and lethal grace, has cornered its quarry. By every law of nature, this should be the end. The size difference is not a gap, it is a chasm. But the honey badger operates by a different set of laws. The badger doesn't run, it doesn't cower, it doesn't even consider escape. Instead, it plants its feet, a small monochrome warrior against a world of overwhelming force. It lunges, a furious explosion of black and white, snarling a promise of pain that far outweighs its size. The leopard, momentarily surprised, strikes back with a paw that could crush a skull. But the badger's legendary loose armor-like skin turns the swipe, allowing the smaller animal to twist within its own hide and retaliate with a vicious bite. The predator's weapon is blunted, its attack absorbed. This is the honey badger's masterclass in psychological warfare. It is a strategy born of necessity, perfected over generations of confronting giants. Lacking the size for caution, it overcompensates with a display of such extreme, unhinged courage that it rewrites the rules of the encounter. The standoff thickens. The air grows heavy, charged with uncertainty. Dust hangs in the golden light, each particle a silent witness to the unfolding drama. The badger hisses, a venomous sound from deep within its chest, as its powerful claws churn the earth, digging in, preparing for a war of attrition it has no right to win. The leopard hesitates. Its predatory instincts are screaming for the kill, but a more ancient, calculating part of its brain is taking over. Its pupils narrow to slits, processing this impossible reality. The risk tallies flicker behind its eyes. Apex predators are masters of calculation. Every hunt is a cost-benefit analysis. Pain is a cost. A deep gash from the badger's teeth could become infected, crippling future hunts. Time is a cost. Every second spent on this defiant morsel is a second not spent pursuing an easier, safer meal. Attention is a cost. This noisy, protracted battle could attract other, larger rivals like lions or hyenas, who might steal the kill or even turn on the leopard itself. The energy spent here is energy lost elsewhere. The badger understands this implicitly. Its entire defense is built on this principle. Act dangerous enough, be a sufficiently unprofitable investment, and the predator's own caution will force a retreat. The calculation concludes. The risk is not worth the reward. The leopard takes a hesitant step back, breaking the spell of confrontation. Then, with a final, frustrated glance, it melts into the brush, its lithe form disappearing as if it were never there. The hunt is abandoned, and the badger holds the ground it never left, its small heart hammering a rhythm of victory against its ribs. It stands alone, a monument to audacity. Courage feeds a pride. It ensures the survival of the group. But defiance feeds a legend. It is the story whispered on the wind, a lesson to predators for miles around. Some lines are not worth crossing. In a world ruled by mass and might, the badger proves that conviction can be the ultimate force multiplier, turning the savanna's rigid hierarchy on its head. As the sun dips, its light softening from a harsh glare to a painter's gold, the savanna exhales. The day's frantic energy recedes, making way for the quiet calculations of the night. With this shift in light and temperature, the great unwritten laws of this land reassert themselves. The cycle resets. This is not an ending, but a transition, a turning of the page in the epic story of survival. The paths that were safe moments ago now carry new threats. The waterhole, a place of communal truce under the midday sun, becomes a stage for ambush. Every creature feels this change in the air, in the lengthening shadows, and adjusts its internal compass accordingly. The savanna doesn't reward the bravest, those who charge headfirst into every challenge, blind to the cost. Such reckless displays are often brief, spectacular flashes that quickly burn out. Nor does it reward the most fearful, the ones so paralyzed by caution that they never leave the safety of the thicket, never risk the open plain for a sip of water or a patch of fresh grass. Their world shrinks until there is nothing left. No, it rewards the most adaptable. It favors the mind that can hold two opposing truths at once, that the world is dangerous and that it is full of opportunity. The successful are masters of nuance, reading the landscape not as a static map, but as a living, breathing entity that is constantly changing. Wisdom is knowing when to hide in shadows, to become one with the dappled light and the rustling grass, to let danger pass by unaware, and when to step into the light, to claim your space, to move with purpose toward a goal that lies across an exposed plain. In the wild, caution keeps you alive today. It is the voice that whispers of the lion in the grass, the crocodile beneath the water's surface, the eagle in the sky. It is the pause, the scent on the wind, the collective stillness of the herd. But courage ensures you have a tomorrow. It is the force that drives the herd to the next river, the hunger that pushes the cheetah into the chase, the instinct that makes a mother elephant stand her ground against a pack of hyenas. Without it, life would stagnate and starve. Even kings count costs. The lion does not hunt every gazelle it sees. It weighs the energy of the chase against the potential of the meal, the risk of injury against the gnawing of its hunger. Every decision is an equation. Survival is a ledger. Risk, the currency of all action, spent with every step into the open. Reward, the prize of nourishment, of continuation, of seeing the next sunrise. And the interest of time, which compounds both losses and gains, turning a single good decision into a legacy and a single mistake into a final lesson. Defiance wins moments. The honey badger's legendary bravado carves out a space for it in a world of giants, a psychological victory that makes predators think twice. But discipline sustains seasons. The slow, deliberate march of the elephant herd, following ancient routes etched into their collective memory, ensures they reach the water and the forage that will see them through the dry months. Termite spires glow, monuments to collective, patient labor. Weaver birds stitch dusk into their intricate homes, each knot a small act of faith against the night. And a jackal angles for scraps, not glory, understanding its place in the grand brutal economy of the plains. Adaptation is choreography. Small calibrations, a shift in weight, a change in color, constant edits to a plan that is never truly finished, 1,000 almosts that become a life. It is the art of surviving not just the charge, but the moment before the charge, the endless quiet tension of being both hunter and hunted. The calf's foot finds the mother's track. This is how knowledge begins, not as an idea, but as a physical inheritance. Legacy is a map drawn in footsteps, followed, trusted, learned until the path is known by heart. But it is also revised when a new scent promises a better way or an old path becomes too dangerous. And so it is passed on, a living document of survival, amended by each generation. Balance is not stillness. It is not a perfect static piece. It is the most dynamic force on the savanna. Its motion with memory, caution and courage, the deep past and the immediate future, trading places at the speed of need. It is a dance on a knife's edge, performed every second of every day. The wild remembers the bold, etching their stories into the landscape. It preserves the wise, who carry the memories of generations in their very bones. But it favors above all those who can be both and know precisely when to change between them. For in that change, in that fluid, eternal balance, lies the secret to life itself. The balance between caution and courage is under threat as habitats shrink. You can be the voice for those who cannot speak. Subscribe to join our journey through the wild and visit the African Wildlife Foundation to see how you can help protect these vital ecosystems. Which side of the hunt are you on? Let us know in the comments below.